Hey, do you ever struggle with believing God for His provision for your life? Hey, I'm Pastor Ryan Heller. Thank you for checking out the verse of the day. I hope you'll click subscribe so you can stay updated on all the latest content and all the latest verse of the day and messages that I'll be sharing. But today I want to talk to you about God's provision. We all struggle with having confidence that God is going to take care of whatever our needs are. Maybe you have some health needs or some financial needs or some relational needs, some spiritual needs. In the 81st Psalm, God gives us a great encouragement, a great exhortation in verse 16. This beautiful psalm says in the final verse, "But he would feed Israel with the best wheat. I would satisfy you with honey from the rock." When you read the context of Psalm 81, it's all about God's provision. God has provided for the nation of Israel in their 40-year journey in the desert. A lot of times we read the wilderness, maybe in the book of Exodus, or we think about the wilderness experience of Israel, but actually a wilderness in Scripture is a desert. It's not like trees and animals and beauty. It's a dry, desolate place where people don't live. And in Psalm 81, the writer is admonishing and correcting the Israelite people for their complaining, their lack of faith, their lack of confidence, and yet at the same time, he's reminding them of God's goodness. So in the context of Psalm 81, he reminds them that he had water that came from a rock. We know at least on 2 occasions that Moses brought water out of a rock when the people needed to drink. Psalm 81 refers to a thunderstorm that came at the appropriate time when the people needed water. God provided manna on the ground. God provided quail. God did so many beautiful, wonderful things. But at the same time, the people still struggled with a belief and a confidence in the Lord. But here's what I love about this. In Psalm 81, it talks about honey from the rock. And I think that the emphasis here in verse 16 is that God is able to do so much more than we think that he is capable of doing. I mean, it's like the writer was like saying, like, you guys saw water from the rock? Listen, God can bring honey from the rock. There is nothing that is too great for God. Now, in the New Testament, Jesus is the rock in 1 Corinthians. So Jesus is the one that is our provider. Jesus is the one who is honey from the rock. Jesus is the one who is our living water, John chapter 4 talks about. And so today, we need to put our faith and our confidence in God to meet whatever need that we had. Paul said that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly more than all we could hope for or imagine. Listen, if we will believe, if we will walk in faith, if we will do the things that God has asked us to do and not complain, we will truly see the blessings of God and we will eat the honey from the rock.